have heard some about me, and I'm not going to spend more time on me, but I have a question for all of you. How many of you talk to yourselves? If you do, just raise your hands. I saw somebody doing this. I don't know. Do I talk to myself? What do I say? I like to ask because I want to know who's in the room. I want to know if there is anybody who's like me who does have these conversations. And sometimes I talk about some of the things that have gone on in my life, some of the ups, some of the downs, some of the mistakes that I've made, some of the crazy things I've done. Anybody else have some of those conversations? Yeah. I have a friend who's a psychiatrist. She said, stop calling it talking to yourself. Call it interpersonal therapy. That just sounds better. And I said, what, Ev, as my younger daughter would say. But I do have these conversations. And one more recent conversation has been around the way that I used to introduce myself. I actually used to go to people and say, hi, I'm Charlotte.
While he's playing the introduction, y'all give it up for Ronnie Mason, who has been accompanying me all day today. He plays so beautifully, don't you agree? Yes, he does. Seems like
goodness, I'm tired. A year-long process, getting this thing together. But I wanted to first thank Reliance Center. They've been such a wonderful, wonderful host for the conference. And I'm hoping that I found a new home with them because they've been really, really fantastic. And even having somebody here with us that's helping us out throughout the day, that's something new for us. We're used to moving and slamming everything around by ourselves. And so they have really, really, kind of opened the doors to this conference and made sure that we had everything we needed. The food was great, and everyone seems to really have enjoyed themselves. So I wanted to thank the Reliance Center for that. But also, I wanted to thank you. Thank you for attending, you ladies who may have seen emails from me or may have heard something on the radio or saw us on TV. We were on TV this time, y'all. But I want to thank you for attending because what you've done is not just come to an event that I put on or something, but you invested in yourselves. You invested in everything that everyone was up here talking about, finding your passion and wanting to know what inside of you will help to bring out that one thing that's going to bring you over to the next side, to that success. You have decided today that you're going to take some time for you. And a lot of times we don't. We're always working. We're always at home taking care of husbands and kids or family members. And a lot of times we don't get to say, well, I'm going to go, and we don't even get 10 minutes to ourselves. Most of you here have given an entire day for you, for information for you that's going to help you, grow you, enrich your lives in one way or another. So I applaud you. Thank you so very much for being here. The speakers from this morning when Jimenez came in here in his pajamas and started to talk to us about his goals and dreams and how to attain those and the things we need to do. I mean, today has been really, really wonderful. He started out that way, and Miss DeAndrea Banks, Washington, she finished with forgiveness, which seems to be, she told me, she says, everybody seems to got the point about forgiveness. Well, that's because that's the hardest thing for us to do sometimes. And really, not forgiving other people, but forgiving ourselves. So that spoke to so many people right away, and she couldn't believe it. She said, that wasn't what I was here to talk about, but that's what we got. Evidently, that was what most of us needed, because that's the one thing that stuck with us. So DeAndrea talked about that, and then we had those models, can you believe they're in junior high? Most of them looked really, really old to me, and they were strutting. But what it takes for Regina to be able to get in a room with divas and make all of that work out and everyone work on the same page, that's something that I just don't know if I'd ever be able to do. But she does a wonderful, wonderful job with it, and also showing what role models can do. She's been a great role model for them, and also hopefully it reminded us of what we are are to our daughters, our nieces, the young girl down the street. They see us. We're a reflection in the young ladies in our community, and we saw them today doing something positive, saying that I'm going to, regardless of the situation that may be at home, like you were saying with your family, you may have not had as much money, but that didn't mean that you couldn't do something positive, like Charlotte was talking about. And then we had the stress panel, and my goodness, there was a lot of stress that came out of that conversation, and I'm really, really thankful to Barbara and Eldrick and Kirby for being here to talk about what stress can do to us in our body, how it manifests itself, and it comes out at work, and definitely what happens when the real estate market and the finance starts to go down. How that tears us apart. And they were able to say, find your passion, and all of this will start to turn around. Don't think it's going to happen overnight, but it will turn around if you find your passion. So I really, really appreciate the message that they gave in that panel as well. And Katie, with her change, and she came out here just pretty much whipping us into shape, telling us that we're going to do this because she said so. Really. And also, one thing, a disclaimer. Please don't go out and get credit cards and say it was because somebody at the conference told you to. Don't go out there because, going getting plastic surgery because you say that lady at that conference said no matter what the cost, if it make me happy, we're going to do it, and I'm going to charge it. I don't want husbands calling me. I don't want boyfriends calling. And don't you call me when you get that credit card bill. Call Katie. But she was great. She was really, really great. And then Charlotte left us with so much just now. I love the speak no evil. We tend to speak that to ourselves, and we kind of pollute our bodies sometimes in our mind and our thoughts because we're speaking to ourselves the wrong way. And so I'm really, really thankful for you to put that out there. And that audacity letter, I'm going to go home and try that. What gave me the audacity to think? I've had people to actually say it to me, so I can write some of that down, and then I'll put my answers to them too. I'll just add my answers on the back of the letter. But today has been about you, and I'm hoping that you were able to get something out of each one of those speakers. I'm hoping that you're able to take some of the lessons or their examples and take them home and figure out exactly what makes you happy. What is your definition of success? What will it take for you to shine the way you want to? Yeah, this year has been rough with the economy, the way it's been the past couple of years, but definitely this year. But what is it going to take for us to see the light on the other side of it? What is it going to take for you to be able to smile again the way you want to when you look in your child's face, or when you look in your husband's face, or just your family? More importantly, when you look in the mirror and you say, I'm happy with myself. I've set out to do this, and this is what I've accomplished. Not that I set out to do this and the economy turned me all the way around. Set out to be successful. And I hope today, for some of you who may not have goals to be successful or see that things are getting really dim, set out as of today that you are going to start taking those steps to being successful, and that you're going to see your light shine brighter moving forward. Now, I'm going to get out of the way because we do have one last song from Miss Coretta Bell to sing. And I just wanted to say one more time, thank you guys so very, very much for being here. Thank you for participating. And you'll be hearing from me because I have email addresses now. So now I can email more and say, hey, guess what we're doing? And I just want this to grow. I want you to go back and be able to honestly tell your friends that it wasn't a day that wasn't spent well, that you learned something, and that you would recommend that they come with you next year. I want to see carloads of people. We'll be here as long as the Reliance Center keeps the doors open. So thank you so very much for participating. And Coretta, you can come up too and get ready to close us out.